And welcome back to the WHHI Daily News. With us now is Luke Paulick with the Paulick Law Firm out of Port Royal, doing some wonderful community service that has to do with the Beaufort Water Festival. It is called the Water Festival Sober Rides campaign, bringing the message to the community that if you have had a little bit too much to drink, you don't need to be driving. So Luke, it's great to have your firm involved with a campaign like this. So why did you feel that this was so important this week?
Well, thank you, Robyn. Having grown up here in Beaufort and worked for a while downtown in the bar scene back before I was a lawyer, I'm aware that folks get a little excited sometimes and maybe indulge just a little bit more than they should and create risks not only to themselves but to others. And the idea here is that we want to try and mitigate those risks, make sure people have a good time. And if they do call me up because of something that happened during a water fest, it's to let me know that they got home safely due to our program rather than they unfortunately got arrested, or even worse, someone was hurt or, God forbid, even killed because of the drunk driver.
Right. And it's not just the message that you're sending out through your campaign, but you all are actually providing some reimbursement for folks if they utilize a designated driver, an Uber, whatever, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, Robyn, that's right. And thank you for bringing that up. We're very pleased to be able to help folks who may not be able to afford an Uber home and they've drank too much, or people have been providing them with alcohol. They want to make sure they get home safely. So hopefully, rather than take that risk and get behind the wheel of the car and endanger everybody, they'll take advantage of this program that we have and seek reimbursement for us and make sure they get home safe.
So how does it work? So if they do utilize Uber, then they just have their receipt or whatever and can communicate with you all. Talk about the logistics, Luke.
Yes, ma'am. There's a little bit more detailed description of how that works on my website. It's paulicklaw.com. I welcome everyone to come take a look at it. But essentially, you're exactly right. Just send me a copy of your receipt and a copy of your driver's license and show me that you did, in fact, get an Uber or a cab or a Lyft or whatever it may be from downtown Beaufort to a residence during the Water Festival and reimburse you about $50 or so.
Very good. So, Luke, tell us a little bit about your firm. Is it you are the main partner? Do you have other attorneys with you? And how long have you been in your firm, in your business?
Well, thank you for asking. It's actually just me. I'm the only lawyer here, and then my assistant Elizabeth, who kind of runs the day-to-day operations for me. And we've been doing this together now for several years. The firm itself is fairly new, only about 2 years. Elizabeth and I have worked together for about 7 years. And what we do is we bring causes of action against folks civilly for things such as car wrecks, or heaven forbid, again, there's someone drinking and driving, they get into a wreck, and it's my job to make sure that the injured party gets compensated appropriately.
So you're born and raised in Beaufort, went off to law school, and then felt it was important to open your firm and back home, right?
That's right. Yes, ma'am. I considered moving off to the big city and staying there and venturing into other things, but the Lowcountry just kept calling me back, as it does so many others.
Well, again, thank you so much for your wonderful campaign. Is this the first year that you've done this?
It is, and we plan on doing it quite a bit more in the future. We actually sponsor 2 festivals here in Port Royal every year, the Softshell Crab Festival and the Oktoberfest, and we hope to be able to do this for those events as well.
Well, and you said earlier, before we actually went on the air, that your firm is, you feel you want to contribute to give back to your community. That's very important to you.
Oh, absolutely, man. I feel blessed and privileged to be in a position where I can do this, and I want to share that privilege with everybody else who's willing to take advantage of it.
Thank you, Luke. Luke Paulick with the Paulick Law Firm in Port Royal. Appreciate you being with us, and we'll have more news in just a moment. Don't go away.